Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. And tonight is our first interview with our American Air and Plumbing Florida Tough Cool Zone Player of the Month. And we announced the award the other night, and our Player of the Month, of course, we announced was Jayvan Boggs. And as we were getting ready to reach out to Jayvan to schedule this interview for this evening, something else happened today. Jayvan made his commitment announcement that he will be taking his talents to wide receiver U. That's right, Ohio State University. And if you don't know about Ohio State University and wide receivers, familiarize yourself with it, because over the last 2 years, they've had 3 wide receivers drafted in the first round. They'll get another one this year in Marvin Harrison Jr. And I would say by the time we reach 2029, they'll have another one. And my next guest here this evening, please help me welcome the newest commit to the Ohio State Buckeyes and our first winner, I should say, of the Florida Tough Cool Zone American Air and Plumbing Player of the Month, my man, Jayvan Boggs. Jayvan, congratulations on everything. Let's start with the commitment, man. Why was today the right day to make that announcement?
I feel like today was just the right day. The start of the week. I committed over the week. Today, this morning, I just felt like it was time, to commit.
Well, I wrote in the post today that if you're a high school football wide receiver and you're good at what you do, and you certainly are both, then you know about Ohio State University and what they mean and what wide receivers mean to them. So I guess the obvious answer would be because of what they can provide wide receivers. But why else did you select Ohio State University?
It's really like a brotherhood up there. I went up there. I loved everything about it. The facilities, the coaching staff. I have great relationships with the coaching staff, Coach Day, Coach Hartline, Coach Jordan, just the whole offensive staff. It's just great up there. It's brotherhood. It's a family. Outside of football, it's just brotherhood.
Who handled your recruiting for the most part? Was it Coach Day, or take us through that a little bit?
It was mainly Coach Hartline, but I talked to Coach Day, and I talked to all of them a lot. Had great relationships with them.
When you went up there in mid-June, what was it about the campus, the community that really just grabbed you?
It was really just the love I was getting from the whole staff. Like when I stepped on campus, the whole staff welcomed me with open arms. Like, they treated me like family up there, and I loved that.
Well, I can tell you this much. How much, and obviously the answer is going to be a big part, but when you look at what Ohio State University does with wide receivers, we talked about Jackson and of course now we got Marvin Harrison Jr. coming up this year, and the history, Jayvan, going back to the 60s with Paul Warfield and Chris Carter and Joey Galloway, and the list just goes on and on and on and on with what Ohio State wide receivers have meant to the National Football League. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. Like, I was putting first round receivers almost every year, and given the opportunity to become Ohio State receiver and, hopefully get to that first round draft pick, it means a lot.
Well, Jayvan, you're a special wide receiver. And when we watch you, when we go on commercial breaks, when we talk about you, there are 4 or 5 things that, a perfect wide receiver, and of course, I know there's no perfect player, but there are 4 or 5 things that a really good wide receiver should have and be able to do. That's first thing is to be able to run routes. The second thing is to be able to have speed and quickness. The third thing, hands. The fourth thing, know what your DB is going to do. How do you develop all of those skills and make them work for you?
It's really just, the hard work I put in on the off, perfecting my craft, like you said, route running, catching, knowing how to read coverages, finding the zone. It's just really just hard work, perfecting my craft in the off season and showing it when we get in the season.
How do you get yourself? Coco's the type of offense they love run. Like you guys love to run a lot of bubble screens to the wide receivers, short crossing routes. How does a wide receiver such as yourself work on those yards after the catch? Because I'd almost be willing to bet if Yak was the stat they actually kept. Yours would be triple the
Yeah.
amount of time that the ball is in the air. Talk about that.
Really, for me, it kind of comes natural to me. I'm a natural. When I get the ball in my hands, I can make highlight plays. It's kind of just natural for me.
There's no doubt about it. And of course, the concentration. What do you do to prepare yourself? Because there's concentration before a play. And what a lot of people don't understand, and as a former quarterback, my wide receivers used to tell me, Alan, give me a chance. Just give me a chance to concentrate and focus right before the catch. Give me a chance to get the football. And if I can get it, I'll get it. What does that mean?
I mean, it means a lot. I tell Brady all the time. If you can give me the chance, I'm a play. He believes in me, so every time he gives me a chance, I always got to go make a play for him.
And make the plays you do. You can do the deep routes, you can do the post. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the thing that you need to understand is in 20 high school football games over the last 2 seasons, this young man right here has he's got about 1,550 yards and count them, 20 touchdowns. He is currently first in the state in receiving touchdowns with 14, and he's fourth in the state in yards. And I'd be willing to bet if he had one more game like the rest of the receivers ahead of him, he'd be number one in that statistical category as well. We are here with recent Ohio State commit and our Florida Tough Football Player of the Month, Jayvan Boggs. And Jayvan, let's talk about your Cocoa Tiger football team. Well, you know what? Before we talk about the team, one more question just about you. You have gone up against Charles Lester. You have gone up against King Mack. You have gone up against the other Penn State commit at St. Thomas. You went up against a 3-star Northern Illinois defensive back commit. This weekend, prior to the game, Seminole was running their mouth that you weren't going to catch a football. All you did was go 178 and a couple more touchdowns. When you go up against 4 and 5-star defensive back commits, I know you know it. How do you prepare yourself mentally for that?
Mentally, I hear all the talk and I don't really respond to it. I just play ball. I know it's gonna be a competition. It's competition. I love the competition. I feed off competition. Going against 4 and 5-star corners. It just kind of motivates me more and motivates me more to ball out that I do.
There you see his highlights on the screen now from St. Thomas. And you know what? St. Thomas was rotating 3, 4, and 5-star defensive backs around him all night and couldn't stop him. All right, now I want to ask you about your football team because obviously football is an 11-man game. You got a great set of receivers there, guys like C.J. Bragg and Nicky Teeter when he was healthy, and you got a good young sophomore quarterback in Brady Hart. Talk about that brotherhood and what having those other guys around you is able to do for you.
I mean, having those guys around, it's a blessing for me. They're great guys. Great teammates. They open stuff up for me. Open up plays. For me to make plays.
Yeah, I can tell you this. We were doing the game the other night, and they had triple teamed you, and and then CJ cut across the middle. They had to actually hold him across the middle. They did throw the flag on it, hold him to prevent him from being so wide open. It was incredible to see. All right, obviously the goal when you're a Cocoa Tiger every year is to win a state championship, Jayvan. That is no different this year. What does it mean to actually be a Cocoa Tiger?
It means a lot. It's a tradition over here at Coco. It's just to be a Tiger. It's just great. It's an amazing feeling. To be able to just play on this great team with straight dogs and straight great players.
And then the coaching staff. You have an outstanding coaching staff, especially on the offensive side of the football with head coach Ryan Schneider and Adam Franco and what those guys do. Talk a little bit about playing for a guy like Coach Schneider, who's been at the college level, that top level. I mean, he was a quarterback on a team that beat Alabama. And of course, Coach Franco, who knows offenses like the back of his hand. What do you learn from guys like that?
I learned a lot from the coaches. They know football. You got to out the game. They believe in every single one of us, and we'll do anything for them on. You know, they put us in position to make plays, and we get the job done.
What advice do you have for other recruits, sophomores? You were a sophomore last year, had a great year, 740 yards, 6 touchdowns. We knew you were going to have a good junior year, but this is beyond anything I think a lot of people expected, maybe except for you. What advice do you have for people out there who are sophomores who might feel like they're stuck in a rut, or what would you tell them?
I would say, just be patient. Believe in yourself, keep grinding. That's what I always told myself: keep grinding, keep grinding, keep grinding. When adversity hits, keep grinding. Your time's
Keep
gonna come.
keep working, and keep working. Jayvan, uh, congratulations. And you know what? My final question for you, and I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I always ask young underclass commit, those that commit early. A lot of times, if you're a junior, you commit, you'll flip your commit. So if you're talking to the collegiate world out there, why is your recruiting over? Why will you not flip your commit on this?
I'm not gonna flip my commitment just because of the simple fact I'm locked in with Ohio State. I'm a Buckeye. I committed early because there was really no need to wait no more. I was ready to be locked in with Ohio State. Great program, just great tradition. Just locked in with them.
I love the answer, and of course, Jayvan joins another former Cocoa Tiger great up there. The Ohio State Buckeyes and Ryan Day now have the top wide receiver in Brevard County after next year, and they have the top defensive back in Brevard County, and of course Cedric Hawkins, who is up there now playing for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Jayvan, congratulations on all of your success. We still got a lot of football left to go. We'll talk to you again real soon, I'm sure, as Brevard Sports Network follows the Tigers all the way to a back-to-back state championship. Let me make sure here I grab the right one. All right, yeah, I got it. So hold on for a second. Don't go nowhere. So you gonna go get one more of these, ain't you? One more of these rings?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go, right there. That's what the goal is. Jayvan, congratulations, and much success to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. All right, that'll wrap it up here tonight with recent Ohio State commit Jayvan Boggs. And of course, Jayvan is our Florida Tough Cool Zone American Air and Plumbing High School Football Player of the Month. We'll release October's the first week in November. There is a prize, there is an award, a gift certificate, and Jayvan will get a plaque as well. By the way, our winner at the end of the year, our overall winner, a $500 gift certificate will come your way. So for Jayvan Boggs, I'm Alan Slaughterzinski for the Brevard Sports Network.